Alright YouTube, check out my new motorcycle. I got it off of Craigslist 3 days after my birthday, and I've only got 500 bucks in the beast because a couple other people chipped in 100 each. I talked them down to 700. It's a 99 Rebel. There were a couple problems with it, of course, at that price. There was an oil leak, so I think he just overloaded it with oil and it was all coming out through the air filter and draining like crazy all over the street the first time I looked at it. But at least I got the satisfaction of knowing that it runs, because he drove it over. And then the next time he came to visit, the battery died, so he had to bump start it a couple times. So that was part of the reason I got the lower price. So with everything all together, the title, registration, new battery, everything, I've got about $1,000 in it, including my Motorcycle Safety Foundation basic rider course. So all the riding I've done so far is through that teaching classroom setting. They don't let you ride a whole lot. So now I'm going to practice. Down the street there's an industrial area with well, kind of a commercial district with big parking lots, and there's also a big church nearby where I'm going to learn all the business. So today I put in my new battery, and then of course it started raining while I was doing it, and I forgot my key because I store it in my buddy's garage, so I can't even test to see if it's going to fire up. But, you know, I'm just a few steps away from home, so I'll be able to check the battery later tonight and maybe even get a ride in if the rain stops, but it might not stop till tomorrow. But I'm off tomorrow too, so I've been online checking out videos about maintenance and everything, and I do want to give it a full once-over. Well, I'm going to have to learn all these skills, you know. I'm going to have to learn how to check all the fluids, the brake line fluid, the suspension, and I've been watching some great videos on the way that these motors work, and they are amazing machines. So my skill is pretty much still at zero, you know, except for just some basic exercises that they make you do. But it's worth it to take the course because I've never even really touched a motorcycle, and then now I've got the confidence at least to ride around in a parking lot. So getting out in traffic and moving fast is still a little bit further down the road for me. But it's a bad machine. It's just the right size and power for me. The price was definitely right. And got my gear up here. And my brother gave me that jacket long ago. And that's going to be my motorcycle jacket. And I got a helmet, of course. Luckily in this area I'm just off of kind of a road with you know, a maximum speed of about 45, so as I decide to venture out up and down the strip, so to speak, I'll have a good road to train on. It's not you know, jam-packed with dangerous intersections and other things. So it's a Rebel, a 99. So the specifics of my Craigslist transaction are worth mentioning. The guy gave me a different name, and I'd been communicating with him as one name for about a week. And then when I got the title in my hands, he had a different name, and not even his middle initial would account for the name he had given me. But, you know, we went to a bank and got the title transferred, so I suppose whatever roundabout way you have to go about selling your bike on Craigslist, as long as it all turns out legal in the end. Also, there's an odometer discrepancy. I tacked 100,000 on it, and that may have been because somebody didn't have the title in hand, and then I think the DMV does a tricky business of putting 100K on it in cases like that. But I don't know, it might have been a trainer model, because these bikes are used in the Safety Foundation rider courses. But it doesn't look too beat up. It's definitely been taken apart. The gearbox has some like adhesive around the edges, and so it's definitely been worked on. And I've ridden it down the street to the stop sign pretty much and back up the hill, but I really didn't want to get a mile away from home and have that battery die and not be able to push start it. It had an old battery. And then some other updates I'm going to have to do. This is an aftermarket headlamp that I don't think works, and one or more of the blinkers is out. So, hopefully these are quick, easy, inexpensive fixes. But everything's good so far. I'm assuming that it roars to life. As soon as I get my key down here, then I'll be in business for learning. And in the back, the tire is not completely bald. The creases are visible all the way. You won't be able to see now maybe, but the creases are all visible, but it is due for a new rear tire. So I'm going to have to take care of that too. Yep, so it's a pretty bad machine. I'm looking forward to hitting the road. It's poised to get out there on the road right now, but I'm definitely not going to risk it in this rain. I've got to get my basic skills up before I can handle anything like that. A few days ago I saw some riders in a terrible rainstorm. We got 2 inches of rain in about 30 minutes, and they were trucking along. So the bike wants to stay upright, and it wants to maintain traction as long as there isn't too much user error. And I don't plan to do anything crazy. I've already had my first spill during the rider course on the first day, one of the first exercises. I didn't have good throttle control, and I was accidentally revving it, so the bike got really loud. And I was going about 1 mile an hour, and taking a little turn to move into the parking spot, and I just clamped down on everything all at once. I think I just slammed both feet down and both hands. And using your front brake is a no-no if you're going around a corner at all, and it dumped me in a flash. I was on the ground, and my knee and elbow were sore for a little while. So at least now I know to be more careful. And then by the end of the course, I was a little timid the next day getting back on the bike, but by the end of the second day of riding, I regained my confidence. It's fun, and I'm looking forward to riding once my skills are once I've got it under my belt and everything. So I'm going to watch this rainstorm and wish that I could ride. Wait till tomorrow and ride. They're fascinating machines. Even if you don't have an interest in motors, I've never been into small engines or anything. My high school had 2 classes on engine repair, but it was because I was in farm country, and everybody had tractors to work on at home. I did not take those courses, but now I wish I had. But just checking out some of the videos of people tearing these engines apart and showing every little detail, it's a marvel. And this bike, eventually I'm going to learn to do every little thing on it, take care of all of its maintenance. Although I will probably call one of the local bike shops. There's one right up the street, so once I've got my riding skills up in a week or so, I'll be able to confidently ride over to the shop and maybe get them to do a once-over and do kind of a basic tune-up. And then next spring, maybe I'll have enough skill to get that all taken care of myself. But I don't know how far I'm going to take it, but it's been fun so far. And nobody in my family rides. One of the neighbors, one of my mom's next door neighbors, is big into motorcycles, so they've always been in my periphery, I guess. And that's that. So there's my new ride. probably make some more videos about it in the future. Thanks for tuning in.